Okay, and welcome back to another episode of our C++ lesson. Now, previously we talked about the if statement and what it does. We said we use the if statement to make decisions by certain conditions. Now, what happened was that when we run our code, when the code did not satisfy the condition that we gave to it, we saw that nothing happened. For instance, in our first program, we were comparing A to B to see if A is greater than B. Now we assigned 2 to A and then 6 to B, which definitely means that A is not greater than B at this moment. So something must happen. We must also take decision based on the fact that the condition is not met. And when the condition is not met, what decision must be taken? Here, you can see that when we run our code, here A is set to 2 and then B 6. And then we are comparing A, which we expect A to be greater than B. So when we run this, good, because A is not greater than B, nothing happens here, meaning that our condition is not met. So what we need to do is to also give out or take decision based on the fact that A is not greater than B. So if A is not greater than B, what decision must be taken? So in order to do that, we need to specify the decision that must be taken. So what decision must be taken? In order to take that decision, we use another condition which is known as else. So if the condition is not met, another decision must be taken, and we do that by writing our else block. So the else block will automatically take that decision that was not that our condition was not met. Okay, so the else will say that whatever condition here that you could not meet, and then the decision that was not taken, I'm going to take that decision because that condition you specify here was not met. So inside the else block, we're also going to take a decision based on whatever outcome. So we're going to say cout, and then we say A is not greater than B. So if A is not greater than B, we must say A is not greater than B. If A is greater than B, then we must say it's greater than B. So here, since A is 2 and then B is 6, we know that A is not greater than B. So the else block will be taken into consideration, or the decision in the else block will be run. Okay, that decision will be taken. So let's run and see, and it's saying that A is not greater than B, because after comparing 2 to 6, we got to know that 2 can never be greater than what? 6. If we compare this and we change the value, so A is now 20 and B is 6, then our condition that we have specified, which is A is greater than B, is now met. So we're going to have the statement here to say A is greater than B. A is now greater than B, and that's what we have right there. Now, another important aspect of this is the intermediary. Okay, what if our first condition is not met? We need to move on to a second condition. So we can give multiple conditions based on the decision we want to make or take. So here I'm going to use a boolean, all right, to say something. I'm going to now declare boolean values right here. Say, and you know how to create a boolean variable. Say bool, okay, is, and I'm going to write this is student. Oh, okay, let me say it's admin, okay, and then we set it to true. Bool is admin, we set it to true, and then we say bool is logged in, All right, we can, okay, we can interchange it. Is logged in equals true. All right, so let me arrange it properly. Okay, you must be logged in, so we can just leave it like, but I just want to arrange it this way. So bool is logged in equals true, bool is admin equals true. Okay, so based on this decision, we want to make sure, okay, so let me not go that way now. Now let's say we want to compare an admin and then a staff, or a user, an ordinary user. So let's say is user equals true, and then is admin equals true. So here we can say if is admin. All right, so we are not going to write is admin equals true again, because is admin is set to true. All right, so we are only going to write the variable name if it's admin. Okay, so if it's admin, we say C out, and can say can add members. All right, if it's admin, then can add members. All right, then you can say else meaning that it's now going to the user block, right? So now if it's not admin, then it's a user. So you can say if it's admin, it should be able to add members, else it should see out cannot add members. Okay, cannot add members. Let me add this before I get an error. So we have set is admin to true, and then we have set is user also to true. So let's run and see. So can add members. All right, so if the person is an admin, you can add members, or cannot add members. So here I think we can even make use of only one statement. All right, but I want to show you another block where we can use else if statements. That is a condition in between the if and then the else statement. Okay, so instead of going the else way, in between the if and then the else, we will write another statement which will be in between them. So if the first condition is not met, we will now move on to the second condition. All right, if the second condition is not met, then we'll move on to the last condition, which is the else. So here, to do that, we're going to write else if. Okay, so if the first condition is not met, we come to the second condition. So else if, and then you say is user, then we can say C out, okay, can chat members. Okay, so if the person is an admin, he can add members, and if it's a user, he can chat members. Right here, the first condition is met, so we are not moving to the second condition. So let's see. Okay, so the person is admin, so we can add members. So let's see, let's set is admin to what? False. Okay, when we set is admin to false, here the first condition is not, which is admin, is not met. So we now move on to the second condition, which is if is user. So let's see what happens. And then it says can chat members. All right, meaning that the first condition is not met, the admin is not met. Now we are moving to the second condition, which is the user, and it's saying that can chat members. So let me add this So users can chat members. All right, and then here I'm going to say admin can add members. So run, and then we have users can chat members. So if the person is not a user and is not an admin, so we say admin to false. Okay, when we set it to false, we can say neither chat member. So the person is not an admin and is not a user as well. So we say we'll now move on to the third condition, which is cannot add members, neither chat members. So the person is not an admin, it's not a user. All right, so it doesn't satisfy any of the conditions, so we just move on to the else statement. All right, so having understood this, I'm going to create a simple greeting app here. I'm going to first say int time and set it to 0. Now I would come back to add a time, and so I'll just come and say if time equals 1. Okay, if time equals 1, we should say cout good morning. Okay, and then I need to end here, and then we can come and say else if time equals 16, which is 4, we should say, okay, we should set cout to good evening. All right, and then finally we will say else, okay, cout good afternoon. Okay, so when we run it, now the time is now set to 0. Says what? Else cout says string missing terminating character. Okay, so I'm going to run this. Expected what? If at where? Okay, so I'm going to delete this. It seems I've misplaced one thing, so I'm going to delete what we have up there and then run it again, and then see. Now our time is good afternoon because the time we have set is neither 1 neither 16, so we're going to print good afternoon. So if we say this is 1, then we're going to come to good morning, so it will tell us good morning. And then if we say the time is 16, then it will tell us what? Good evening. Anything than that, if we set it to 13, it's going to tell us good afternoon because it's going to meet the last statement. We come back for more video.